We Ain't Listen podcast with BlackDave.
And Doni B.
Doni B, what's at it, man?
Today we're going to talk about some serious stuff that's going on. For us, it's happening like in our city. So
in our city? Yes,
it's so different. Like for me, we're talking about the Stephon Clark situation where he was shot and killed in his grandmother's backyard by 2 police officers. They each fired off 10 shots because they mistaken a cell phone for a gun.
Right.
So I think for me, like when I got wind of this story and I was seeing it on news, it was like Sacramento, like
man, right here.
Like I live there, so many times we see stuff like. We're going to talk about another situation, but it's in a different state. And even though these are states like, we can get to very easily, it's so far away.
Right.
So
100%.
it's kind of, it's different. Like we see it and like, we support, everything black and everything like that, but it's not here. So it's kind of hard for us to like be proactive in it, but for it to happen in our own backyard, this is like,
come on.
What the fuck? Like, you kind of want to think, like, okay, the cops in our neighborhood, like, they be tripping, they'll pull you over, but they ain't shoot nobody down like that.
Right.
But, like,
that's what you think. Yeah.
That's what you want to think.
That's what you
want to think. And now that we see it can happen in our own backyard, like, we cannot think that. Like, we have to educate our black men and our black women and children on what to do in situations like this. But even with education, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, that's the fucked up part, because I always hear, when I was in the barbershop, they was like, we got to teach young black men how to, like, behave in front of police or when you get put over. But it's like, you know what I mean? He just ran. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a natural instinct. A lot of people run from the cops.
Yeah.
That's why they're trained to chase after them.
Right.
Like, I feel like what happened to the tasing method? Like, there's many other methods that could have happened before. Like, one shot, one each. Like, boom, boom. Like, after like 2-3 shots.
Yeah.
Like, when did you realize, oh, God, this man is totally on the floor. He has not shot back one time. Like, we should probably stop now. Right. I don't understand how we got to 10.
But the fucking part is, why are you shooting, period? You know what I mean? Like,
why are you shooting, period?
To me, fuck if you see a weapon or not. If no shots are coming towards you, you shouldn't be shooting like that. Like, letting off like that. Nah, man.
And he wasn't, when I seen photos of him and videos of him, it wasn't like he was this big, burly black man to where they were, afraid and stuff like that. It's like, come on. This was a young man. He had children. Yeah. And it's happening in our city. And Sacramento is small, but we mighty. Like, people are rioting, and it makes my heart so happy. Like, I got some family members that was sitting in the traffic the last few days because they're blocking up the freeways, and they were not mad about it at all. Like, you know what? Okay, I've been in traffic for an extra hour. Put on some music and put your hand out the window, and that's what they were all happy. Like, Sacramento has to make some kind of noise, and unfortunately, it's from a situation like this. We want to make this kind of noise, but of course you don't want a man dead and taken away from his family and children and stuff like that to make this kind of noise. But it's a beautiful thing to see. It's just sad that a young man was taken in the midst of that. And I see his family. I don't know the young man, but I know some of his family members and stuff like that. And to see the outpour that they're getting is like, it's so phenomenal to see people like your neighbor that you don't know, you know what I'm saying, to give their heart. And I think that's what Sacramento needs more of, but there needs to be a change. Like,
and it really ain't like a white and black thing, because there was white folks out there protesting too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So
no, y'all done pissed white folks off.
It ain't white and black, man. They was out there.
Not on this one. But it is definitely a white and black matter. At the end of the day, black men are being shot down.
Right.
But we do appreciate the people that don't see colored lines.
Yep.
And that just see that, people are black men are being shot down. Cause it's still about color, no matter how you slice it and dice it. But it is very appreciative to see people of other races and other cultures out there supporting us. So, because I don't know. It's just, and I don't want to say I feel bad for police officers right now, but like right now, like as a police officer, you should be nervous going to work. You really should.
Yeah, and my thing is like, even in a situation like that, I always think if I'm a police officer and motherfuckers shooting and shit, I think I would like be like, holler at my nigga, like, man, why you let off like that? You know what I mean? Like, like they don't ever talk to each other about that type of shit.
But they turned off their body cameras afterwards. So it's like, it's just so much stuff. It's like, this world that we live in, it's not designed for us. It was never designed for us. The government system, all of it, everything, when people say, we need to educate ourselves and how to do that kind of stuff. It's, you do need to do that because we have to play along. But at the end of the day, this system and this government, everything that it's in between, was not designed for the black man. It was designed to protect the white man from the black man. That's why we don't have no justice system as it is.
Right.
And with that said, the justice system, we're gonna talk about what's his name? Alton
Sterling. Yeah.
Alton Sterling. I apologize. Alton Sterling. His case was from 2016.
Mm-hmm. Killed by the police. Yeah.
Right. And in Louisiana, and they just released today that the 2 officers that did that acted rightfully within their officer duties, and that they're not being charged.
Not being motherfucking. See, this is shit with all the shit. Do you think this shit would ever change? Because these are like case. This should keep happening. And I understand the protests. Like,
yes,
somebody needs to do that. But
yes,
do you ever see this shit really change? Or
changing,
or the officers getting, you know what I mean, go to trial and really get murdered, not get manslaughter, 18 months. You know what I mean? Get really murdered.
It's gonna change, but it's gonna be a slow change. So the way I see this slow change happening in my life,
right,
that the kids that we're raising right now, they're going to grow up. Like my daughter, she's 11. You know, in 9 years she's gonna be 20 into the world, and hopefully her head is down and she's educated on blackness, or to where she wants to be the governor or somebody of some kind of, you know, role that's going to position black people to be in empowerment and to now be superior to the other races. So we're going to have more black officers. We're going to have more black doctors. We're going to have more black everything. So when these white people come to us, we're going to misdiagnose them like they did us, okay? And then when the white boy runs down the street and we think it's a gun, we're going to shoot them down because now we are, you know what I'm saying, the superior. That's how I see it in my head. So it's a long process. It's going to be, it's going to be years, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully the black children that we're raising right now are awake and, you know, are being taught what they need to know. But other than that, I honestly don't see, when people say we need change and stuff like that, like what is going to happen? Like,
exactly. And that's how I feel. But
like, how do you change officers other than reteach them?
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, reteach them training in boot camp. Like but you're still employing people that are scared of a race because of how they look.
Yep.
Unless you can filter that out on the resume process and the interview process and during boot camp, we're always going to have the same thing until black people or other races, you know, are the majority. And we are the majority.
And
we are the majority. Point blank period, we are the majority.
Just in the majority in the system, though, like the people
that are in superior positions to make stuff happen.
Right.
So
I did hear it's 2018. I did hear a stat like by 2060, the world should be like 90%, like not the world, but the U.S. should be like 90% mixed, which is like because that just the pure white shit going to die out because you know interracial relationships, all that.
Yes.
That shit gonna die out.
And I think that's one of the reasons why we have so much stuff going on is because the white race, I'm sorry, it's facing extinction because all the white women, hell, at this point, the black men want what we got. So there's a fear factor, and that's why they're
like the BBC.
Burying information. They don't want us to know information. They don't want us to know our rights and stuff like that. And what? What the hell is he talking about? I was being so serious.
You said the white girls, they coming over to get black men and shit because you know they chasing that.
Oh my God, this man
they chasing that New York stick.
I'm being so serious, and he's talking about black penis. Nobody cares.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about why is the world's gonna be mixed because the white girls, hey man, they interested. That's all I'm talking about. That's all I said.
And the white men want to swim in these chocolate ponds. So
and that's how shit's getting mixed. Exactly. So y'all about to die out, man. It ain't our fault. We're not dying niggas out.
We multiply. We don't die. We multiply. We make kids.
But yeah, the whole shit is fucked up. Me personally, I always feel like this shit ain't never gonna stop. Like I don't mean to be pessimistic and shit. I just feel like, man, these motherfuckers do what they want. But what you say makes sense is if they're not in power no more, shit will change. And
right? Because that's how. What are you gonna do to an all black police force?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or all black. You know what I'm saying? Or governor, you know, in his political party and all that kind of stuff. If they're all black, I mean, that's just how I see change. But that is a very long-term change, and that change is, you know, it's a very thin, slim chance, or whatever you want to say. But it's something that I think about when I'm raising my daughter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, she'll be in a position one day to be like, look,
bingo.
That you were justified to do what you did. You slapped that white man because he called you a nigga. You okay? Girl,
right.
Boy, go on out and have a good day. Like, that's just how I see it. But it's just crazy that we live in a world where stuff like this is still going on and it's so blatant. It's so evident. It's like, so like y'all not even, these officers is not even trying to cover it up.
Come on, man.
Like 20 fucking times.
Yep. That's the cold part.
Like that blows my mind. Like nigga, you let out your whole gun on him.
Yep.
Like, I don't get it.
Y'all can look at the video. The video there, man, like, that shit crazy.
It's everywhere. If you type in Stephon Clark, Clark, I'm sorry, I apologize. I wasn't a Mr. Talking Fast, but it's just devastating. Our heart goes out to both situations because I would hate to be Austin's family and get the news that his people that shot him down are not being. They going home to their family.
Yep.
They going home. And
there's a GoFundMe. We'll have the link on our shit. You know what I mean? In the bio, click on it. And you know what I mean? That all proceeds go to his family. Like it's a cold situation, man. And the scary part is like he was just running from the police. Like he wasn't in a shootout. None of it. He was running from the police.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes kids be scared. They run.
Yeah.
And he had to lose his life in his own backyard.
A lot of people run. Yeah, that's what their officers are trained to chase you.
Come on, yeah.
Like their first reaction, unless he turned around and stood and pointed something at you, your first reaction is to chase them.
Ain't no excuse.
I don't understand. Like I watch a lot of First 48, a lot of Cops, and a lot of Live PD, and the motherfuckers run people down. They run. Like you gonna get a good mouth chase out of a motherfucker before he pull out his gun and shoot you. Man, I don't understand. So it's just a sad situation, but by all means, I'm not the kind of person. I'm not good with like going out and protesting and all that whole process. That's just never been my thing. But I did donate. Yes, but I did donate.
Donate all that shit.
Yes,
we support definitely other ways. But if y'all want to protest, man, maybe a downtown sack,
by all means, go out and show you.
We're gonna find an Instagram page. We're gonna put all that information up. Now we need support on both ends.
I'm sure the family appreciates support on every avenue they coming in from, whether it's social media, financially, being out there in the riots. I'm sure they appreciate it. Yeah, definitely. So, but.